We recently sat down with the man who worked at the facility behind me here in MATTAWAN back when it was owned by MPI before it was bought by Charles River Laboratories. He's asked to not be identified, but he revealed a lot of what goes on in those types of facilities, and we want to warn everyone that the video you're about to watch is disturbing. Harvey the Beagle made headlines across the country when he was featured in an undercover investigation by the United States Humane Society, one of several dogs being force-fed pesticides at Charles River Laboratories in MATTAWAN last year.
So they shove it down the throat and they inject it into their stomach.
And while it may be upsetting to see, it's not unusual, according to this man who used to work in an animal testing facility.
That is common practice in animal research.
But with hundreds of thousands of views online, that video from the Humane Society sparked outrage.
And sometimes it would, they would regurgitate that and then they would do it over again.
Though this former lab worker wasn't shocked by anything he saw in the video, he says he was aware of tests on many more animals than just dogs.
4,000 rats, about 800 monkeys, maybe 1,200 dogs.
And 400 small pigs and cats too, all of them tested in studies paid for by any number of companies, he says, for any number of different drugs and products.
Along the course of that, some die, some have issues, some develop sores.
And some are necropsied, which is what the Humane Society says happened to Harvey before their bodies are burned.
Well, I got to see, the bones and remain fragments of the incinerator.
As upsetting as this may seem, he says it's not all bad.
Not everything they do there is bad. Some studies that they do there is good.
He says a veterinarian was called immediately if something went wrong with an animal.
There are other people there that do care. They care about the animals, and that's why they are there.
He says he even witnessed a study on cats who were later adopted.
In the end, a few of them were rehomed. It's strict to employees only.
But he says he's not surprised the dogs seen in the Humane Society video have not yet been released by Corteva Agriscience, despite the fact that testing is coming to an end.
You can't just take an animal that's been exposed to a drug that you know nothing about and release it into general population.
He says moving forward, he hopes labs like Charles River will opt for more transparency about the work going on and why it happens.
Change for me would be to at least be more open about what you're doing.
We have reached out to Charles River Laboratories for a statement. This is what they said in part, quote, Charles River has a deep commitment to animal welfare, and we make every effort to exceed national standards for the care of the research models under our stewardship. In addition, Charles River is firmly committed to the 3 R's, replacement, reduction, and refinement, to help limit the number of animals used in research. To read their full response, you could head to fox17online.com. Tuesday, the National Humane Society released a statement saying that those dogs have not been rehomed, but they're hoping to partner with Corteva to get them into safe places and safe homes. And there is a protest planned Friday at this location. Reporting in MATTAWAN, Lauren Edwards, Fox 17 News.